So, ladies and gentlemen, this interview is brought to you by www.employeeescapeplan.com. And if you are looking to escape your soul-sucking job, you're tired of doing the same old, you want to make more money, you want to have more customers, pay you more money more often, and you just really want to work with a guy who is a stand for your success in a brand that is all about the systems, the principles, and making sure you succeed, you definitely want to go with employeeescapeplan.com. Joe Nicasio, an amazing human being, highly recommend him. He's an incredible guy, and I've worked with him. I've received his coaching. He's been an advisor to me, and you would be so blessed to work with him. He's a business genius, master business problem solver. Highly recommend Joe Nicasio. And if you'd go talk to him, employeeescapeplan.com, let him know Chris sent you. Now, for our featured speaker of the hour. And Alma, you are going to rock this. I'm so excited. Alma Lara graduated from Tecnologico de Monterrey with a bachelor's degree in communication science, and she has had the opportunity to work in two of the most important television stations in Mexico and the United States, Televisa and Univision. In 2015, she earned the Life Coach certification through SLCT, Seattle Life Coaching Training. And since then, Alma has tremendously enjoyed seeing clients reach goals and seeing their dreams come true. Since she could remember, she wanted to help people, help them find peace, overcome obstacles, and see the positive side in any situation. However, it wasn't until a few years ago her youngest son was diagnosed with autism that Alma found her life purpose and mission to serve. This experience as a mother shook the foundation of her life. She realized that we all have the capacity to reach emotional growth in any circumstance that presents itself, no matter how difficult it may be. We all have the capacity to find growth opportunities, especially in our darkest moments. To carry on with her family after this event awoke within Alma the desire of internal change, to make a profound cleansing of paradigms and beliefs, to let go of fears and reinvent herself after 40 years of life. Alma's mission as a life coach is to inspire each and every one of her clients to create the best version of themselves, to offer them efficient tools and techniques that will help them reach their maximum potential and to experience a before and after that positively transforms their lives forever. You ready to rock and roll, Alma?
I am ready.
Yes, you are. Oh my gosh. You are ready, and you are now live on Becoming Your Greatest Possible Self.
Chris. Oh my God, that sounds so beautiful.
That's you. That's your essence. That's your life. That's what you're creating. You are so magnificent.
Isn't that amazing when you hear it from somebody else? I mean, it's just 1 minute of what you said, but in my mind, as you are saying this, everything is playing like a movie in my head, and it's just amazing to know that every little piece of that what you said took such an important role in my life, and just to be here right now. So it is really nice to play that movie in your head. It's
Yes,
cool.
yes.
Yes.
Speaking of your life, right, and how you've gotten to where you are today, we're going to dive into some of the challenges. Like I mentioned a couple things. We briefly talked about it. I know you just launched a new program. There's tons of awesome things going on there. And before we get to all that, today's theme is who are you really? So we want to ask, like, when someone asks you, Alma, who are you? How do you respond? Like, what's your perspective on that question, and how do you respond?
First, I want to say that for me, I think that, and a lot of people I know, a lot of people live and feel this way. Sometimes you go through life thinking that you know who you are. Sometimes you just go like I thought I knew who I was, really. I had a wonderful childhood. I have a very easy, fun, like my brother always said, oh, you have this fairy tale life, everything works for you. And so in my mind, I thought I knew who I was. I found the love of my life. I had my kids. I had my house. And I remember thinking one time, I'm just missing the dog. I always wanted a dog. So I wanted to get a dog. So I was like, oh, that's the only thing. I have my house, my kids, my everything looks great and awesome. And then something happened in my life. And then now I know that when I thought I knew who I was, I didn't. Like, it wasn't really my full self. Like, it was just a nice, comfy life, but I didn't know who I was. I didn't know. And what you said in the beginning is true. It's in the darkest moments of my life. It's in the challenges where I really find out who I was. And so now, if you ask me now, I think my answer is very different from if you ask me, 7 years ago. Right. It will be completely different.
Wow. So what is the answer you would give now?
Always positive about the struggles. And I don't know how this sounds, but sometimes when people is going into stuff, and I always think like, this is good, this is good. It's hard to understand sometimes, and you cannot tell people when they're in the middle of the mess, oh, no, don't worry, this is good. I don't say that, but in my heart, I know that they will come out stronger, and they will really find out who they are. So if you ask me who you are, Alma, right now, I just know that I came to this earth for a purpose. I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was a meaning, that I didn't know that I was meant to be more than a mom and a wife and a mother and daughter and sister. Now I know that I have a purpose, that my life is meaningful, that I came to this earth to get this done.
Yes. Yes.
To get things done. Yeah. And what I mean about that is I have a calling that I didn't know about this before, and I got it after 40. How cool is that? I feel like people go through life, sometimes they die without even really knowing what their calling was, what their purpose in life was. So I feel so blessed and fortunate to have those struggles that help me to really find out why I'm here. So, yeah.
It's amazing. Amazing. So I hear a lot of conviction. I hear a lot of vision, purpose, meaning, who you are as someone who's on track, your purpose, who you are as someone who's fulfilling your destiny for being here on this planet. It's amazing. And the reason why I asked that is because all of us have a perspective, a way that we look at life, how we relate to life, and everyone has a different answer to that question, and everyone focuses on different things about the question. Some people might say, who are you really? And then they feel like they have to defend themselves. They feel like who am I really? Like, what are you trying to find out? Like, they got something to hide, something to protect. And then there's also people who are like, who am I really? Is I'm authentic. I'm all about integrity. I'm a powerful leader. Or some people even lead with their occupation, their what they do for a living. And I think that it's interesting. I don't think there's any right answer to that question, right? It's all like, who am I is a spirit, an entity. Like, that's kind of where I'm at, is like I'm a entity, or spirit having a human experience kind of thing on this planet. And it's such a beautiful thing to be interacting with other spirits and other people and other just amazing human beings.
Yeah, and I think also from the struggles, and when the way I find out who I was really is when everything was taken away from me, like my house, the money, the house, the profession, the car, the friends, the city where we're living, and the health of one of my kids. Like, everything was just took away from me, and I was naked. Like, I was naked. I didn't have anything other than myself. And then that's why I was able to really see who I was, because there wasn't life other than myself. And then I think that's why I love struggles, because the struggles really make you be like naked and really see the essence of who you are. And so, yeah, I'm strong. I'm very passionate. I am eh, I am caring and kind. Um, I am all about helping others, and I'm a mother, but I'm also a life coach. I I love to share a message of hope. I love to help parents with kids with autism. I mean, there's so many things, but without that struggle, I would be probably sitting in my beautiful house, having lunch with my friends, talking about my kids without really knowing that there is way more for me. Yeah.
Wow. So thank you for sharing that response, and it's so apparent that you have learned how to see life and all that life gives you, all the challenges, all the pain, all the sadness, and really transmute it, turn it into something that is beneficial not only for you but for the people around you and the rest of the world. So why don't you take us back a little bit farther and tell us about the journey, like what did happen, how did you get started as a life coach, having a son with autism. Why don't you share some of those some of the journey with us?
Yeah. So like I said, I thought I had this happy, incredible life, and then my husband lost his job in 2010. My son was just born, so I have three kids. My husband doesn't have a job, and here, if you lose your job and you don't have savings, and it's bad. It gets bad fast.
Yeah.
So, like in 6 months, we really lost everything, our house, our car. We were looking for a job, so the opportunity to come to Washington appeared. So we just moved. We left everything, friends for many years, and we just came here. It was so hard to even have a house that allow us to rent, because our credit was so bad, that we were not able even to rent a car. It was that moment where, like, oh my God, we have three kids, and really it was bad. And but finally we got our house, we got our car, my husband got a good job, and then I was like sitting in my house, in my new house, and I'm like, okay, this is it. Like, we're going to start from fresh. Everything is good. I'm always being very positive. So I said, okay, it's just material stuff. We're going to get through this. And then my son was diagnosed. And I was not prepared for that. I don't think any mother is prepared to hear from a doctor that your son may not be able to talk, or that your son may not be able to be potty trained or communicate with you or tell you that he loves you. I don't care what mom says, like, there is nothing that will prepare you for that. So, when in life you have those moments when you go back, that was the moment, and you remember everything, right? I remember when we went to get his diagnosis, and the elevator door opened, and I went out. I kind of knew that I was not coming back to the same life. It was for me the moment when I was like, okay, I'm out, and when I go back to the same elevator, everything is going to be different. I knew it, and we got the diagnosis, and I, for the first years of his diagnosis, it was just in shock, but very, like, fighting for him to get better, fighting with insurance, fighting with the doctors. It was a moment of me acting and not thinking about anything other than my son. And he got better, and it was good. It was good for me, but I was emotionally exhausted. Really, really, really hard. Like, I remember for almost 2 years, like, everybody sees this positive person, and Alma, how you're doing it, oh my God. But I seriously went to bed crying every single night for almost 2 years, crying and waking up the same with fear. I didn't know. I didn't know how he will be, and I didn't know if what we were doing was helping. And I thought I wanted to believe it was helping, but it was a lot of uncertainty and fear. And then I start. A friend of mine at work talked to me about the book, The Success Principles from Jack Canfield. And she also started sharing with me about Abraham Hicks and the law of attraction and all these videos. And I start reading and listening, and I just realized, it was like, oh, like I had a power to control my emotions, that this situation was controlling me, and even though I thought I was doing great, I just was, it was emotionally, I was not in my best or 100%. And so I just started changing the idea of what I was living, and start to seeing this situation in a more positive way. And then, everything just started like changing. And I got this feeling that I could help other moms to feel better too, because I started feeling better myself. I was like, oh my God, I'm not crying today. And it was just today. And then, it's been a week and I haven't cried for a week. And I've been enjoying my son, and I've been able to see his progress instead of thinking about what he's not doing. And, and I mean, little by little, everything started changing. And then I got this idea of, okay, wow, this what I'm learning is good. It's good. I'm seeing a lot of positive changes, not only in myself, but in my family. And so I just was turning 40. And it was just a moment in my life when I was like, oh my God, you know what? This is why this happened to me. This is the reason why I experienced this situation in my life. And I just was like, wow, this is good. And I started seeing the light, and everything turned around for me once I realized that I was not a victim, that this happened to me because it was a good thing, because it will make me grow and be better mom and help others. And then I have this calling, and then I said, oh my God, I want to be a life coach. And then I train, and my 40s were like huge moment for me, because I'm like, okay, I can help others. And I start moms, I start being very positive in my posts in Facebook. I start showing up. Because I was so afraid. First of all, my English, I mean, that limited belief, I cannot speak English. It's too bad. My accent is awful. I don't know. No. And then I didn't care. I started with my awful English. I started sharing posts, and I started sharing things. And then I have families contact me, messaging me, oh, you are helping me. And it's just everything turned out the way it needed to be. And then I start, my training as a life coach, and that was just like an amazing experience. That's when I really understood everything, why, and I got brave in my calling. I got brave. I said, I cannot just keep this for myself.
Right.
It's not for me. This experience is not for me to keep. It's for me to help others, and there are other moms right now at this moment in their kitchen, in the floor of their kitchen, crying for their kids, thinking that there is nothing else they can do, or thinking that their life is over, or thinking that that pain, that hurt. And I said, this is not fair that I keep this for myself. I have to share that there is light, that this is something good, that you can grow so much. And yeah, so I did. And so I went to my training, and then from that experience came other inspirations. And I've just been very open to what God wants from me. I'm a spiritual being. I believe that God is using me. It's like, it's not about me. It's about the message that He wants me to share, and through my experiences, right? So it is me, and it's Him, and it's both. We were talking about this yesterday.
Yep.
Like this amazing relationship when you co-create with God, and we're friends, and we talk, and we're like, hey, how about this? And so that changed a lot too. I was a lot before. My relationship with God and my higher self was more about like asking and praying like this, and now I'm just open.
It's like He's
Receiving-
listening wherever I'm at.
Yes, I know that's right.
That's awesome. So, like, what did you develop? What is this program that you're launching, and how is it helping people? And how can you share some of those lessons and ideas, philosophies with our audience today?
Well, first it's in the Spanish, so I'm very excited to have this program in Spanish, and that's of course my comfortable zone, and I feel like very like it's my people, it's good. So I'm really happy that I'm starting with Spanish. I want to do it in English too, but the first step was to get this out there in the Spanish. So I started my life coaching, and the funny thing about this, Chris, is like everything was about my son, right? Everything was, when I started life coaching, I'm like, okay, I'm going to help families with kids with autism, and, I'm going to write a book about this. And then the first session, the life coaching session, I sit up with this girl, and then you have like the wheel of balance, and then you go through your life, and you say like, oh, relationship, love, and da-da-da. And I was just like, oh, I know exactly who I am. I know what I'm going to do with my life. This is so cool. And then she goes to the health part of my, and oh my God, like I can lie to everybody, but this is it. Like I just start crying. Like I didn't know why. I was like, oh my God, why am I crying? What is this? So, well, it happens that, through 25 years of my life, I've been, in the yo-yo diet. I've been just been having a really bad relation with myself, and the mirror and the reflection. And yeah, you can be this happy girl that says, oh, I love myself, and then you go at night and you hate yourself, and you hate your body, and you want to be different, and you want to lose weight. But it was a secret because nobody talk about it, because you're cool, and those things are not to share. And so in that moment, right there, sitting in front of this girl that is asking me, how about your health? I'm like, okay, I've been in a diet since I remember. I tried everything, drops, pills, surgery, plastic surgery, like everything I tried, because I was not happy with myself, with my body. And that was not healthy at all. So when she asked me about health, I'm like, no, that's area. No, let's talk about something else. But it was just that moment when I was like, oh my God, this is, and I think that moment I realized that what I said, my story was like, I can take care of all the areas of my life except my weight and my health. That's so hard. And I was repeating that story over and over. And that's what I was creating. And that's what I was having. Struggle after struggle. Lose the weight, gain it back. Lose the weight, gain it back. And I'm like, you know what? That moment, I didn't know how important this was in my life until that moment. And then I realized 40 years, I'm 40 years. And I am in a yo-yo that like I'm up and down all the time. I just came back from Mexico. I remember it was January 2015. I came back from Mexico. I lost 13 pounds. I got in the dress, I got in the clothes, and I came back with 20 pounds. So it was normal to me. Lose the weight and gain more back, and then wait for the next diet and do it again. And that moment was like, you know what? This is over. Like today, like right now, I'm going to start. I have to take care of this. And because all that I knew now, and what happened with my son and everything, I'm like, there is something else that I can do to make this better. And actually, I can control this too. So I took power. So I started writing every day about this, applying all that what I was learning in my life coaching to my with my weight. And then for 2 years, since 2015, I haven't been in a diet. I feel incredible healthy. Like I feel very healthy and beautiful. My relationship with myself changed completely. And I was able to really see my truth through the mirror. Like it was really cool what I experienced through the whole thing. And it was a fight inside of me because I was like, no, this is so vain. Like, let's talk about autism and my son. And this is, who cares? But really, if you don't love yourself, if you don't truly love yourself, if you don't look at nights in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? I love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for the day you had today. Even if it was not great, you are a great mom. And having to have those conversations with you are so important and so powerful. And I realized that I was watching my weight, but what I needed to do was to watch my soul. Watch the way that I was talking to myself. Watch the way that I was that relationship with me and the mirror. Watch the all my stories and recreating and creating new ones. And so writing through my experience. One day I was driving. Tell me, I talk too much, so just tell me.
You're doing great. Doing great.
So I was driving to drop my kids, and then I saw, the Weight Watchers office. It was far, but I saw it, and I was like, of course I tried Weight Watchers. Like many times, right. And I was like, wow, you know what? It's so sad. Like if the people knew, if they will only knew that you need to watch not your weight but your soul. Like that will be the permanent change that they want. Because once you watch your soul, it's just there's no other way. Like it just changed everything. It changed. And I was like, soul watchers. So, oh my God. And then it just inspiration just came. People, like Paulo Coelho says, the universe, once you know what you want, the universe conspires against you and just provide everything. And so everything started like appearing, people, messages, connections, and then I just started working on this program, Soul Watches program. It's a 12-week program, and I started using the program with my coaching, and I started coaching a group of 100 girls in Spanish, and they start getting incredible results. And so I was like, I'm into something here because this is way more to a program for losing weight. Losing weight is just the side effect of loving yourself.
Yeah.
Losing weight is just the secondary thing that you do when you really care for yourself.
Yeah.
most important thing is to really get to that point when you love yourself so freaking much that you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do exercise, that you have something that is not healthy for you, and you don't eat it not because it's a lot of bad stuff, but because that's not good for your body. You know, like it just changes the way you see things, and the way you talk to the food, and the way you you experience health. So that's Soul Watchers. It's just a 12-week of getting in touch with your soul, and just awakening that, shaking that power, so you can do everything that you want to do. And if what you want to do is lose weight, then you will lose weight.
Yeah.
It's not because you want to get into the dress or because you want to go to Mexico and look great. No, it's because you found yourself and you love yourself, and your soul is in charge, and your soul is telling you, you know what, you rock, you're amazing, you're great now, the way you are now. Because a lot of people look in the mirror and say, oh, when I lose weight, I'm going to love myself more. No, you have to first love yourself, so you can really create any changes in your life. So, it's life. It's funny how life works. Like I said, I never thought I would do something related with weight. I thought if I'm the less qualified person, that's what I thought. But because the way I feel right now, and because I've seen in other clients the results of really loving themselves, and it's a process. That's what it's a 12-week program, because it's not an easy thing. Like, oh, no, you need to work inside, and it's a lot of work, and a lot of emotions come out.
What's some of the stuff that we can do? Like, is there any exercises you'd recommend to start raising our self-esteem, being more empowered?
So I'm going to share with you at the end of the training, and in a coaching session with one of the girls that I coach, this was kind of like the result of everything. And I was like, oh, this is the Soul Watcher rule. You know, I like said, and it's what it helped me to create any change. What it helped me was 5 steps. First, stop, because you can go through life and like I said, thinking that you know who you are, like everything is cool, and if you don't stop, you won't create any changes. Changes are not coming from you running around. So you have to stop. So I stopped. The second day, I think I did, I observed. I've observed. And what I mean about this is like, just, I was able to get out of myself and see the situation and see what it was going on, and see in that coaching session, I had Alma here, my soul, looking and saying, it's bad. Like, you've been fighting with this for so many years, you know. So I observed myself for the first time. So I stopped first. I observed myself, my situation, my emotions, why this is coming now, what is this emotion, what is this, I'm sorry, what I'm learning from this.
Yeah, what's it here to teach me?
Exactly, that's what it was. And then from that, I create a connection with my soul. So stop, right? Observes, connect. It was like I asked for the first time. I didn't ask my brain. I didn't ask the reflection of the mirror. I asked my soul, like, who are you? Why are you here? Why, like, talk to me, right? And I create that connection, and you know what? It was amazing. I breathe, like I literally breathe, like take like the air into my body, and really enjoy all these emotions and this experience that I was having, and then I act. I act on it.
Yes.
I went home and I start writing and I start running and I start taking care of myself and I start creating this. So five steps,
Mm-hmm.
5 steps. Stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Observe,
Mm-hmm.
connect, breathe, and act.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And when people do that, it sounds like one, the stopping is getting out of that like rat race, the program, the hamster wheel, right? Disconnecting from that. Observing is so critical. Awareness, you have to be aware, right? Like being at peace, being mindful, meditating. It's really, really powerful stuff. And then after that, we have connect, right? So connect with ourself, with our soul, go deep, go like ask ourselves, what is it that we're really here for? Like, why is this happening? What am I here to learn? Breathe, right? So important. Suck up the air, like, and you can even imagine as you're breathing it in that you're filling your lungs with with love, right? You can imagine that you're breathing in your love, or you can close your
Yep.
eyes and envision what you want, the feelings you want, the life that you want, and breathe that in,
Yeah.
and it like changes your cells and your biology. And then the last one is action. Nothing changes if there's no new actions. So that is the
Yep.
formula.
Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
beautiful.
And you know what? It's funny. I created this program because of the soul watcher thing and the
Mm-hmm.
weight and everything. But I just experienced a really difficult situation with my family. And seriously, this thing, this this program right here, it works with any situation because without, I mean, I'm right now thinking, wow, I'm so blessed that I knew all that I know and that I was able to create this program and do this because it was very easy for me to go back into my alignment
Yeah.
because I did all those things because I stopped the thoughts, because I was able to observe the situation, what is going on, why these emotions are here, what are they teaching me, and then connect with my soul, and my soul will always say, even if I go in the mirror and say, you suck, Alma, you're a really bad mom, I'm telling you, look what you created, like this is bad, my soul will always tell me otherwise. My soul, if I do have that connection with my soul is always gonna tell me you are the best mom in the world, always. But we don't get to that point. We just stay in that reflection of what we hate about our day and how awful it was, and guilt and frustration. But when you really connect with your soul, you always get empowered. you
Mm-hmm.
know I had really bad days as a mom recently, and because I was able to stop, observe, and connect, I always got that voice at the end of the night. Everything is gonna be okay. Do not worry. I got you. You know. And then breathing, exercise, running,
Mm-hmm.
meditating. It's just release all those thoughts in your mind.
Let it go.
Go, and then you let go, and then you act and stop.
Mm.
And you say, instead of being sad and crying because your situation and oh my god, and you say, you know what, we're gonna get to this, and
Yeah.
this is what we're gonna do. But you are acting from a place of love, and from a place of of a, mm, a power that is so big that you feel like there's nothing that you can not like create for yourself and for your family, and so everything becomes very easy. So soul watchers is really way more than a losing weight. I'm Sometimes it's funny because a lot of people that start Weight Watchers think they go with the idea, it's the weight. Oh, finally, I'm going to lose the weight. And then once they're in, I have so many testimonies and emails and personal messages like saying, you got me. Like, I really didn't expect to go this deep, and I wasn't expecting this. So that's what I like about the program. People may think, oh, it's cool, I'm going to lose weight, but it's way more than that. Way more.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So you're launching this program. It's in Spanish right now. You're going to be launching an English version in the future. What else do you see on your horizon? What other projects or like what else do you want to create in the world?
Well, right now, so the idea with the program is first get it in Spanish, get the program in English. And because I wrote for 2 years about this experience, I am also writing a book. I want to create a journal too, Soul Watcher journal. And so there's a lot of things going on with this Soul Watcher program. Another thing that I learned from this experience, Chris, is that before July, like I said, we experienced something really, really deep, really hard in our family, and in July, and before that, I was going crazy. I was doing so many things, and another thing that I got from that connection and from that, stop, observe, connect, is that I needed to get my priorities straight. So passionate about helping people, but my family is first, and I think that that was a big change for me. Not that I wasn't taking care of my family, but in reality, now that I see it, I was so passionate about what I was doing that, there was no balance. So this was a wake up call for me. So right now, I'm just happy with this project. I'm happy with the time that I now have for my family because I cancel a lot of projects and things. But I always say, if you feel like you are where you are, doing what you're supposed to be doing, like if you feel that, there's no worries. There's not, everything will come, whatever it is. Other projects will appear. Right now, this is what I have, and I'm not worried about that. I used to be like I was like, oh, what's this.
It's like what you're doing. It's not enough. Like I'm not enough.
Yeah.
Like there's more to do. There's more to do. Like I can't get it all done. It's like scarcity and survival. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, and it doesn't work, and it is I mean, there's amazing people that do many things at once, and that's okay. I mean, we all are different. For me, I think that's why you need to observe and connect and do all these things for yourself, because your life is very different from mine. And sometimes we go through life comparing ourselves to what others are doing and why they're successful. She has kids and she's doing that and that and that. Why? I should be able to do it. I should be able to do all these things. And it's not, it doesn't work because we are individuals, very unique, with very unique experiences, and you cannot compare to others. So for me, right now, I'm so blessed, so happy where I am in this moment right now, and I just want to enjoy it. I just want to enjoy, being a mom and having my job and doing my life coachings at night and having my Soul Watcher thing, and it just right now it feels so good. It feels good. So this is my now. I you asked me about what is the future.
Yeah.
I think I'm just good. Like
it's beautiful. So beautiful. I love it because I'm a very futuristic type of person, right? Like I'm always thinking about the future. And one thing I've had to train myself on is to be present, is to be here and now and fall in love with this present moment exactly as it is and exactly as it isn't. Everything that I have, all the challenges, all the struggles, all the difficulty, obstacles, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And everything I don't have that I'm in the pursuit of, all this amazing thing impacting millions of people, thank you that I'm not there yet. I haven't yet become the type of person who is living at that level, who is creating that, who is manifesting those results. And I'm excited to be on the journey in the process, right? Like, just because I'm not there yet doesn't mean that this moment is any less or I'm any less of a person.
Yeah. And just because you are not there,
Yeah.
that is already done.
Yes. 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 Believe it.
It's done.
Achieve
it's done.
it. Yes. Yes.
It's done.
Yes.
I'm telling you, it's done. And it's done, you're not worried anymore.
Yeah. Wow.
You release to the universe. You release to God. It's done. I always say, oh, it's done. And
done.
It is.
Yeah.
So you don't have to fight for anything. You don't have to do anything. It's just like being present, like you said. Our worries or anxiety or stress always comes from either being in the past or in the future. But if you are present, if you are here at the now, enjoying this beautiful talk and just knowing that everything is taken care of already, no worries, that you will get there. I don't know when, but it's done. It's done.
It's amazing. So, Alma, I really want to shout out some people who are your biggest fans. We have Carla Reyes Corona, who said, I'm so proud. We have Katika Lijana said, what's up? We have Amelia Ruiz, Alma, so proud of you. Kathy McCoy, hey, Alma. You got some great fans and loving people out there who want you to win. Just know that.
Thank you so much. It's funny, Carla, I'm going to talk really quick about this because this is another thing that I'm very proud of myself. I hated English so much, Chris, you don't have an idea. And Carla used to speak the best English at school. And I will always look at her, I'm like, hi, Carla, I will never be able to speak English ever. We went to Disneyland when we graduated from high school, and they were laughing at me so hard because I didn't even know, like, the only thing I knew, hi. So I went to this guy and I asked for the restroom. Instead of asking, where is the restroom, I asked, what is your bedroom? And they were just like, laughing so hard. And it's bad. My English was so bad. And so I know she's proud of me because, it took me a long time to get over this fear and to love my accent, to love my mistakes, to love who I am in this country, and be able to share my thoughts without thinking, oh, it is right. It is hard. It is really hard for people that come here to this country speaking other language. I thought I would never have friends that speak English. So many things that work because that's what my story was, right? The moment I said, I can do this, I don't care. Like, I started having friends that speak language. Now I'm talking to you and in English and just sharing who I am in another language. That's so cool. So, Carlita, qué bueno que estás orgullosa de mí, mami.
Awesome. So, Alma, we're beginning to wrap up now, and we want to know the final takeaways, what you want people to be doing, to be being, to be living after this interview.
Oh, well, I just hope that any part of this talk shaked your soul like this. That's what it would be pleased if someone, thinks, wow, maybe I have more power than I think. Maybe I am beautiful and I haven't noticed. Maybe my struggle is my lesson. Maybe this is not that bad. Maybe something good can come out of this. You know, if you start thinking this, if in this talk for a moment saying these things, that's your soul. That's your soul right there, talking to you. Hey, I'm here. Wake up. Got you. Don't worry. Everything is gonna be okay. And that's the power of our soul. It's amazing. So that's my name. You know, my name is Alma. I had a vision when I was in the life coaching. I had this incredible moment in my training when I was out of my body, looking far, and God was holding me, and He said to me, "Your name was chosen even before you were born." My name is Alma, and it means soul. And now, you know, soul watchers, and now soul has become like a huge part of my coaching, on my name, on my everything. And now I understand why God told me this, you know, in that moment. Our soul is the most incredible muscle that we have, and we don't exercise it enough. So get out there and work out souls. That's it.
Beautiful, beautiful. And how do we stay connected with you, Alma, and what do you want us to do next?
Well, I do have my website. I love coaching. I love empowering people, and so there's my website if you want to know a little bit more about me. And there's some great, beautiful reviews that I'm so grateful for the people that I already coach. And that's one way. I have two Facebook groups. It's Inspira, Crea, Transforma in Español, in Spanish, and Inspire, Create, Transform in English. Alma Lara. The pre-launching of my program, 5 weeks free. I'm gonna share with you the registration link. So you just go there for 5 weeks. We're gonna talk about inspiration and just giving you this push so you can start in 2018 the best year of your life. And if after five weeks you decide that Soul Watchers could be a program for you, then hopefully you will join me in a 12-week program for Soul Watchers. Like I said, it's in Spanish, but it will be soon in English. This was the first step, but that's it.
Sweet. So you heard it for all the Spanish speakers out there. You can absolutely join the Soul Watchers program and give it a test run, see if it's a good fit for you. And we are sure that it will be. Alma is a superstar, rock star, amazing, amazing woman. So Alma, keep up the amazing work, and we're excited to see you on bigger and bigger stages, sharing your message, empowering moms and women and people all over the world. So you're a superstar. I so appreciate having you in my life. You're so inspiring. Keep your fire, your soul, just illuminating the world around you. Keep it up.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
God bless you. And
bless you.
remember, it's done. It's done, Chris.
It's done. It's done. Awesome, Alma.
Bye.
All right. See ya.